It's so tiny.
All right. Kid Rogue knows what's up. She knows how. She knows how the tent. There you go. That is how you do your tarp shelters. Hey everyone, Morgan here. So today we are trying out some tarp shelters. I'm going to be doing 4 different easy tarp shelters, okay? There are some pretty tough tarp shelters out there. All right, so the A-frame is super simple. You're just going to put paracord through the grommets of your tarp. This is a tarp that I actually carry in my bug out bag. So this is something that I will use. And I actually have a ground tarp that I carry as well. So I'll show that in just a little bit. So what you do with the A-frame is you just put the paracord through the grommets here on either side. You're going to tie it to a couple nearby trees, right? And then ideally you want stakes. If you don't have stakes, you know, you can find branches or things to put through the holes. That works as well, especially with really clear, or not clear, wet ground. But stakes are going to be best. So it's really soft ground right now because it rained. This is not generally how I would like really secure it, but this is how I'm doing it for practice purposes. Just like that. Perfect. Here, let's do it on this one. Okay, like this. Okay, and then bring it down. You want to step on it?
Yeah.
Step on it.
Okay.
Okay. Step. Good girl. Okay, step on it. There you go. Good job.
Yeah.
Here, can you grab me another steak, please?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very simple. You know, I want to make this a little tighter over there, stretch it out a little bit. Thank you. But otherwise, this is a real easy A-frame tent. You can make it a little higher if you want to, like to actually take paracord and wrap it around the grommet and then tie the paracord to the ground, you know, make it higher if you want. Otherwise, you could just make it nice and low like this. And then we go inside. There you go. It's a nice little temporary shelter. You know, tarp shelters are not, you know, permanent shelters or anything like that, but it's a real nice shelter. Kid Rogue and I can snuggle in here.
Dada, Anna. Dada,
Okay, I'll come in a minute.
Yeah, it does that.
I'm going to make a lean-to shelter. So
Yeah.
I want to take the tarp and I'm gonna actually put the. So when you're putting up your paracord, a lot of times it's hard to tie it and get it really tight. One trick that I've learned is kind of get to approximate length and then pick a spot a little bit away from where you're going to anchor it. And then you grab your paracord and you make a bunny loop with it. And then you wrap it around on itself and pull the loop through. So what you do is you create a little slip knot. Now, when you go around your anchor point, you can put the paracord through the slip knot and you can tighten down your paracord to make it even way tighter. Now, when you're ready to tie it off, all you have to do is tie your knot right at the end of that little cord and you've tightened it. What you're doing really is creating a pulley to cinch your paracord down even tighter. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was a third right here, but since it's not,
There is a third on the other side, but
so what we could do, or what we should do, is rotate the tarp so that the third one in the middle sits in the middle. Something else that we could do also is put some knots on the paracord right at the edges to keep it from sagging in, so it stays out nice and tight.
yeah, because not all tarps have all, you know, a middle grommet.
Right.
I've noticed anyway. So, but this is basically a standard lean-to. Good girl. That's right. I'll do it later. Oh, voice over it. All right, so this is a diamond fly tent. I actually did it upside down. The grommet up there should actually be down there so that I can secure it down here. But I like this, so let's go ahead and get inside. I've never made this type of shelter before, so. One last thing on this one, you do want to make sure that you have the knot up here so that it's not sliding up and down. See, it's nice and secure. So. So when you're doing shelters, you want to make sure you're doing actual knots, not the knots that I'm doing. Don't follow my lead on that. I'm just doing these little ties, quick ties, just because I'm just playing around. When you're making actual shelters, use actual secure knots. All right, so a lot of this is going to be tension. So you know, there's no grommets up here holding. It's this tension over here and the tension over there and the tension in the back that's holding this shelter together. So, get on in. Oh, this is my favorite one. It gives that nice shade on all sides, but I can still I don't know, it's just nice. This is a really nice kind of open shelter. It's like an open concept in your house, right? So from inside this tarp, this section could be a little bit higher. You know, it could just be, well, how would you describe it?
I think the paracord could be a little bit higher up in the tree so that it sits on the tarp a little bit
right
closer
there, yeah.
to the edge so that it raises the whole thing up just a little bit.
Yeah. But otherwise, this is totally our favorite. All right?
Yep.
This is by far my favorite shelter. We're all fitting under here perfectly. We're not feeling cramped, but we're keeping ourselves away from the elements. And it feels good too, you know, there's some nice wind and whatever else we need, you know, keeping ourselves away from, again, any elements. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Once you go out and try out some tarp shelters, your local park, in your backyard, it doesn't matter. You can do this anywhere. Thanks all so much for watching. Talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.